So Ryan Reynolds is now more involved than ever. Hi and welcome to Film Talk. I'm Saturday Flo and blah 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 blah. I've said this so many times now. If you're new to my channel, I'm an entertainment reporter who talks a lot about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal feud, and I worked in Hollywood for many, many years. Anyways, thank you guys again for sending me so many tips. You are amazing. And for all you sweet messages regarding my recovery after my fall, or the fall I had on my bike on Saturday. As you can see, it's healing really nicely. So, and I'm back to normal. I feel great today. So, yay, let's get into it. And guess what? We haven't heard from Blake Lively for a little while. She's been very quiet since Justin Baldoni didn't amend his complaint. As you know, I talked about that a few times already. She's just being very, very quiet. She's not out on her, victory lap that you might expect from her. But yesterday she did launch a new product, and we all know what that means. That means another scandal, because every time there is a scandal, Blake Lively launches a new product. I think the hair mist thing, she launched her new hair mist in the middle of the blackmailing scandal with Taylor Swift. And she also launched some new Betty Boo's products not too long ago. I don't know. I think maybe that was just after she withdrew her emotional distress claims. And now you can buy Betty Boo's vodka iced tea drinks just in the middle of this Van Sam Sham lawsuit reveal that we're learning more and more about every day. I will get back to that later because there is some really interesting new developments there that really needs our attention. But first, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this ridiculous new commercial that Blake Lively did. Yes, so she invited her co-star from Gossip Girl. Her name is Susanna Szadkowski. Her name is Zuzanna Szatkowski, and she played the Polish maid in the Gossip Girl series called, her name in the series was Dorota. Anyways, so Dorota wasn't Blake Lively's character's maid. She was like Meester's maid in the show. If you don't remember her, anyways, I feel like I haven't seen her since Gossip Girl. But so Blake Lively invited her to be a part of this really funny ad for her new vodka iced tea that she's not obviously drinking herself, but she wants the Polish maid to drink it. So we have Blake Lively sitting on a bench, and then Susanna comes and sit next to her and said, "Oh, I have some tea." And then it's not tea as gossip, it is Blake Lively's vodka. And then, of course, Blake doesn't drink any of it, and she just pours it to her ex co-star from Gossip Girl, and then she leaves, and yeah, that's it. Also, again, she's pushing alcohol on someone else, not drinking it herself. I don't know if you guys remember, but she did exactly the same thing with my partner Magnus when he was interviewing her. She was pushing Ryan Reynolds aviation gin on him during the interview. So this is her thing. She wants other people to drink. It's interesting how she's like the self-proclaimed voice for victims and for women everywhere, and she just wants everyone to drink more alcohol except herself.
Come on, down it.
Here we go.
Come on. Woo! Yeah!
Yeah, so one thing is for sure, every time Blake Lively launches a new product, we know she is desperate for some attention to try and take it away from what's really happening in her life, which we all know. Okay? Anyways, someone sent me this. Thank you so much, Robin. This made me laugh so hard, so I have to share it with you guys. So there's something called AAE Speakers. It's a company that promotes all these celebrity speakers that you can order for your events and whatever, and you have to pay just a couple of $100,000, and they will show up and talk about whatever you want your event to be about. Anyways, she sent me this. Wow, look, Blake Lively is on this page. And I was looking at it. So Matthew McConaughey is on this page, Ben Stiller, Brooke Shields, all these people. And there you have Blake Lively. She cost around 200,000 and upwards to have her speak at your event. Or if you want a virtual event, it starts at 100,000. And yeah, anyways, that's not the funny part. The funny part is I looked at the site, and then you can go and look at videos to see. And I was like, oh, maybe she made a promotional video for herself, but that's not what happened. If you click on videos, two videos will show up. One is my interview with her, titled The Blake Lively Interview That Made Me Want to Quit My Job. Who doesn't want to hire this person for for their event? The one that made a reporter want to quit her job, and there's the video proof of it with Blake Lively being a bully. So you can hire a bully for $200,000 to talk about her booze that she doesn't even drink herself. I'm sure that's a little glitch from the website. And I'm sure when they find out about this, they're going to remove that. But I thought that was really funny. Anyways, I also looked at her calendar to see if she has some availability, and it looks like she's got a lot of availability, you guys. So if anyone's interested in having Blake Lively talk about these things, yes, you can book her. She is a lot more expensive than her sister Robin that I spoke about a while back, who is selling, I think it was on Cameo or one of those apps that you can buy greetings, and she's selling a greeting for, I think, $40. So big price difference here, Robin or Blake, you choose. Someone also sent me some really interesting fun facts about Blake Lively's Instagram. Thank you so much, Michaela, for doing that. But before I get into that, I wanted to thank the sponsor of this video, June's Journey. Calling all internet sleuths out there, I know you've been just as glued to the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively saga as I am. So if you want a little bit of a break, but still a glamorous mystery, June's Journey is for you.
Don't do anything rash, Miss Parker.
I love the glitz and glamour of the 1920s, and this game allows you to dive into that era and be a part of your own detective story. June's Journey is a beautiful crafted hidden object game where you become June Parker. She's a smart, fearless detective unraveling the secrets behind her sister's murder and uncovering family mysteries that no one expected to see the light of day. Each scene is stunning, like stepping into a 1920s movie set filled with tiny clues you need to move the story forward. It's the perfect mix of challenge and storytelling. And trust me, once you start, it's going to be really difficult to put it down. And here's the fun twist. Once you progress, you get to design your own private island estate. That makes the game about creativity as well as you being an investigator. And with fresh seasonal events and special challenges dropping regularly, there's always something new to discover. So if you want a way to relax, stay sharp, and escape into a world of glamour and mystery, then June's Journey is for you as well. And the best of all, it's free to download on iOS, Android, and PCs. Just click on the link in my description or scan the QR code to start uncovering secrets today. All right, so back to Blake Lively's Instagram. So Michaela found something very interesting going on Blake Lively's 43 million followers. She sent me this screenshot of a person called Anna, who has different usernames, but is basically the same person with the same glasses, who has so many different profiles. It's ridiculous. So yeah, these are kind of Blake Lively's followers now. And also I went in and I checked who her followers are as well. And almost every follower that I could find had 0 posts and are private and are following like 11 people. So yeah, I wonder how many percentage of her followers are actually fake. She does have 13 comments though on that commercial for her new iced tea. So 13 people like her, or 13 people got paid to post something positive on her Instagram. It's interesting when you look at the amount of likes on her posts from before and after all of this happened. And apparently she hasn't lost that many followers if you look at the amount, but when you see the engagement here, it's pretty obvious that it's dropped like 90%. She used to get over 1 million likes on one of her posts, and now she's like 50,000 likes, 100,000 likes. That's a big drop. All right, so big new revelation again now, you guys, regarding the Van Zandt sham lawsuits. Again, Katie over at Without a Crystal Ball found this information, which is so insane. So apparently now, not to get too confused here, but there are 2 Van Zandt companies. One is registered in California and the other one is registered in New York. So Van Zandt in New York is the company that filed that sham lawsuit. and got the subpoena against Stephanie Jones that helped her get the phone from Jennifer Abel and give all that information to Blake Lively's team. So it's been a lot of back and forth now that I've talked about before between Blake Lively's team and Jennifer Abel's team, because they're like, we want the information from the Van Zandt sham lawsuit and subpoena. And they're like, no, we're not giving it to you. They didn't even want to say who the owner were of the Van Zandt company. And now, yesterday, Katie found out that the owner of the CEO of Van Zandt is no other than Ryan Reynolds. Because yesterday, Katie talked about how this company has never filed any required annual reports, nothing. It's super shady. There's no real officers listed for the company. And then voila, Ryan Reynolds pops up. So, like she's saying, he probably watched her video or someone told him about the video, and he's like, okay, let's go and fix this now. I'll just put my name on that company, because now, as you know, he's not a part of the lawsuit anymore, because Justin Baldoni's entire lawsuit is now, as of now, dismissed unless he appeals. That I hope he will do. So then, in theory, Ryan Reynolds is off the hook. As the judge said when he dismissed the lawsuit, he said that Ryan Reynolds has just been like acting like a supportive husband and hasn't really been active in any of these things against or defaming Justin Baldoni. But this changes everything, because with this evidence, Ryan Reynolds proved himself that he was actively a part of this. He wasn't only acting on behalf of Blake Lively as her husband, he was acting as an agent, using his company to file a sham lawsuit to get these fake subpoenas out, to get the information from Jennifer Abel's phone that he then gave to his wife. So Ryan Reynolds is now more involved than ever. So nothing has been filed or updated in this company since 2019. And then Ryan Reynolds all of a sudden updates the company. So it looks like he did this back in January 2025. But the fact is, he just did it and then he backdated it. So it's supposed to look like that. I don't know if he thinks everyone's that stupid, but apparently this is kind of some desperate move to try and save themselves here. The interesting part here is that since he was acting then, or allegedly acting then as Blake Lively's agent here, that spouse privilege that he was given by the judge no longer exists. As Katie was saying, this could really open legal liability for Ryan Reynolds. And this also strengthened Justin Baldoni's case if he chooses to appeal. Of course, now he can prove that Ryan Reynolds had an active role in this whole sham lawsuit to get the evidence that this entire case that Blake Lively filed is built on. So this could actually reopen the door for actual malice in this case. And that's been talked so much about, that you need to prove malice. You need to prove that there was evil intent behind everything. And why would Ryan Reynolds' company that he owns and is the CEO of have any interest in filing a random lawsuit against some Jane and Joe Does to get a subpoena to Stephanie Jones or Jones' work that he had nothing to do with? He didn't work with Jones' work. So why would he just file a subpoena there if it wasn't on behalf of Blake Lively? So if Ryan Reynolds used a sham company to help Blake Lively get data, and that data was then used to defame Justin Baldoni, that defamation resulted in Justin Baldoni being fired from WME. That is not a protected opinion. That is potentially malicious orchestration. That means that the court might have been misled by the information that they were given in the first place. So, as you might remember, Judge Lyman ruled partly based on lack of evidence, connecting the Van Zandt subpoena to the extraction of private data. I don't know how he could not see that connection, but I guess you need to have evidence, hardcore evidence for everything. And now that Blake Lively's team, they have actually admitted that they used this sham lawsuit for this purpose. it makes the court prior decision look really premature, that he should have waited for more evidence. He should have waited for Wayfair to be able to prove this, which they now have. Also, because Van Zandt has such a terrible standing and they haven't updated their official state filings. And Van Zandt hasn't never filed required annual reports, so the company was in terrible standing while they filed this sham lawsuit as well. If they weren't in good standing when they filed that subpoena, a court could find the subpoena unenforceable, meaning that all that evidence that they got from Jennifer Abel's phone would not be admissible in court because it was obtained illegally. That again taints everyone downstream from that. So all this information that was all that information that was allegedly obtained illegally was then given to the New York Times. So they received illegally obtained documents. This is also major. So to wrap it up, Van Sham and Blake Lively's team has admitted that this was a sham lawsuit that was filed only to get the subpoena to Stephanie Jones and to get hold of Jennifer Abel's phone. And now Ryan Reynolds has come out and filed some paperwork all of a sudden out of the blue, claiming that he is the CEO of the company and that pulled off the subpoenas. That's not just suspicious, that is strategy. And I'm wondering, when they put this together and sat down and be like, okay, what are we going to do to get Justin Baldoni? I'm still wondering what their end goal here was, that they thought that, okay, if we can just blame your bad reputation on Justin Baldoni, it's all going to be worth it. I'm sure they didn't think that it would end like this and that all the shady business they've been doing would be revealed like this. But I'm still wondering what they thought how they thought this would end up. Maybe they thought he wouldn't fight back and that Blake Lively would be this amazing victim and get more parts in Hollywood and that they could get the rights to all of Colin Hoover's books from now on. I don't know. I just find that you going to these extremes to ruin someone, like having this major plan, this major scheme, like, how can people be like this? It is insane to me. I just have to say, I am so shocked. And I cannot wrap my head around if anyone in Hollywood ever want to work with this couple again. Yeah, this isn't about a husband defending his wife like they've always been saying. This is about two powerful people using the legal system and finding the legal loopholes, using shady companies, shadow companies, and the spousal privilege to control the narrative. So now we have to see if anything criminal will come from this. I'm sure the judge is going to be soft on them. They're always soft on celebrities and powerful people with a lot of money. So, but I think, doing stuff, to me, this just sounds illegal. But what do I know? I'm not a lawyer, as you know. These are just my opinions. But I have to say, this is on another level. I mean, how far this couple has gone now is just beyond me. Anyway, I don't know if this last thing that I'm going to talk about has anything to do with them, but Willibell, who sent this to me, said, we don't know how much power they have. Could they have anything to do with it? So Hello Magazine did a story that Jane the Virgin is going to get pulled from Amazon Prime. It's been there for many years and they have all the seasons and now they're pulling the show and it doesn't give any reason for it. But as you know, Another Simple Favor premiered on Amazon and I'm sure Blake Lively has some say there. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you think that this has anything to do with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' influence over Amazon, or if the show just wasn't doing that great anymore, if they can't afford to keep the show, I don't know. Anyways, I was so happy to see that Justin Baldoni was in Disneyland yesterday with his family and he looked well. So let's hope that we get some more information this week. Every morning I wake up, I'm like, something must have happened now. So stay tuned. I'm on it. And yeah, thanks again so much, you guys, for watching. And thanks for sending me so many tips. You are amazing. And as I say all the time, I wouldn't be able to do this show without you guys. So please keep sending me things. And yes, take care of yourself. And I'll see you in my next episode. And before I go, just a reminder, don't forget to download June's Journey for free from the link in my description or scan the QR code. It's available on iOS, Android, and PCs. So start uncovering secrets today.